Today's video comes to you from my balcony. So just to give you some context, this is my main bit of my studio, and then you just step out onto my little balcony. She is 80 centimeters deep by 210 centimeters long, and I just want to show you a couple of little tips and tricks that I do out here to maximize the tiny space, because I really do love it out here. It's on a main road, as you can probably hear. It's really small, but I really love it, and it gives me immense amounts of joy. So we'll start over here. This is my beloved Jasmine. And as you can see here, the studios are separated by this metal railing, and in between each slat you can actually see through them, and I didn't like that. So I just got a sheet of cardboard, I think my air conditioner came in it, and I just attached it to those slats using cable ties, and then in front of that is just this really inexpensive fencing from Bunnings. Same thing, it's just attached with cable ties. In front of that is my Jasmine, and sandwiched all in between are these little baby fairy lights that are amazing. They're solar powered, so in the evening this whole area lights up. Over in this corner, because there's no way my balcony is getting away from not doing double duty, this is actually the vent holder thing that goes with my air conditioner. I've got one of those air conditioners where the air has to be pumped out a window, and this sits in my doorway. The vent hose clocks in, and that's how the air comes out. So that lives in there because it's currently winter in Sydney. And that is my mop head. I'll show you the other bits of that now in a second. So that is this wall. And then over here is my plant cemetery. Anybody who's very good with plants, look away now, you'll only be distraught. This is my 5th attempt at real plants. I've tried and I failed. I have a black thumb. It's not for want of trying. I'm just bad at it. So I had this notion that this was going to be this beautiful, luscious garden. So what I did was I wanted to use both sides of the balcony. So what I did was I just got these inexpensive, cheap plastic containers from the hardware store, and I punched holes in the back, and then I attached them to the bar of my balcony, and that allowed me to put an extra 4 containers on the far side of my balcony instead of just having the front containers here. You could easily have just put one of these over each side, but I was trying to get a deeper tub, thinking that that would help the lavender stay alive. It didn't work, but if you were better with plants it would probably work. And down here, this is the floor, and I did this for 2 reasons. 1, because it picks up the carpet from the inside, and 2, it's just much nicer to stand on. It's not technically waterproof, but my balcony is covered, so it doesn't actually get wet even on the most torrential day. And then over here on this side, this is another little trick that I did. This is a mirror from IKEA. I did exactly the same thing. I did the cardboard, then I put the fencing from Bunnings. This mirror here has an attachment on the back that has a hook in it, a hole in it, and it's designed to go over a screw on your wall. So all I did was I took an S hook and I slatted it through one of these little slips between each bar, and the mirror is rock solid, like it doesn't move. It's pinned in there, and then draped all in front of it and all around it is the other side of my solar fairy lights. And in the evening this just lights up beautifully, and when I'm sitting on the couch it's magic. So as you can see there, you can see the Jasmine reflected in it, so that's all lit up in the evening as well. And the reason I did this was, 1, it provides an extra bit of privacy from next door, and 2, because it's a mirror, it reflects everything in front of it, obviously, and it just gives you double the space. So instead of looking at 1 plant and 2 lanterns, I'm now looking at 4 lanterns and 2 plants. And these lanterns have little battery operated candles in them. They're on a timer. They come on every night at 6 o'clock. So when I come home from work, this whole area is lit up, and it is just magic. And then down here underneath my stool, which I also use as a step ladder in the house, is my shed. If I can pull it out. That's just a cheap black shopping basket. And then in here is all the bits and pieces I need for my plants, and this is the top of my mop. So the top screws into the pole, which is over there, and then the pad for it is in my kitchen. So that's it, that just tucks in there so I can't see the contents. And then she scooches back in there, and that is my garden shed. So that's it, that is my balcony. I really love it, as I said, and it gives me untold happiness and joy. So even if you've got a teeny tiny space, put a little thought, put a little effort in, add some fairy lights, add some candles, add some greenery, and you too can have your own little urban sanctuary.